Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Khadar Basha. We have completed 17 modules so far successfully. Now we are going to discuss 18 module, that is understanding rights, child sexual abuse and the POCSO Act 2012. In this module we will discuss in brief about it, later discuss portfolio activity. Before going to start our today's session, viewers who are watching for the first time, I request them to please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get my latest videos on your YouTube channel. Friends, if you like my video, then please press the like button and share my videos as much as you can. So without wasting your valuable time, let's get started. This is the content outline of this module. Who is a child, rights of the children, and rights versus needs or wants. Child abuse and its forms, child sexual abuse, scene and symptoms for identification of victim of CSA, legal framework. POCSO Act 2012, silent features, offense covered, recent amendments, mandatory reporting, role of the school and teachers in preventing child sexual abuse, prevention and response, supportive and unsupportive behavior towards child victim. It is very known fact that the child spends majority of his time in the school. The school becomes an important factor in every child life. Response and support the children who are facing incidents of violence, especially any form of sexual abuse. The school must therefore ensure a safe environment for children and must be able to track and notify the competent authorities if any such situation is identified. It is of utmost importance that children and teachers be educated about it and they are able to recognize sexual abuse so that no child or their friends fall victim to it. In this regard, a Childline 1098 is a 24-hour emergency free phone service for children in need of care and protection. They not only respond to the emergency needs of children but also link them to relevant services for their long-term care. We have till date connected to 3 million children across the nation, offering them care and protection. CIF means a Childline India Foundation. It is the nodal agency of the Union Ministry of Women and Child Development, appointed as the parent organization for setting up, managing and monitoring the Childline 1098 service all over the country. So if any child facing such bad situation, without hesitating they can call to that number, that is 1098. It is available for 24 hours. It is wonder to know that as the emergency support service, Childline has received over 20,587 cases of child sexual abuse in the last 3 years. Understanding child and rights of the child. Let us understand who is child. As per the UNCRC, means United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Children, universally accepted definition of the child is any person who has not completed 18 years of age, which means if a person is having 17 years 364 days, he will still be considered as a child and not as an adult. Every child has some needs and wants. For example, I need a cup of coffee every morning. I want a house of my own. I want everyone to wear a mask, etc. So, among these sentences, which are needs and which are wants? Needs can be a basic necessary for survival. When needs are being fulfilled, those needs may become wants. Wants are not basic needs. For example, children may need a food to grow, but they do not necessarily need new dishes, delicious food, and fed every day. So, food to grow, that is a basic need. New dishes, delicious foods, those are wants. Thus, it's very important to understand between a need and want or a right. Rights are those needs, therefore, which are ensured by the law. Rights are realized, respected, protected, facilitated, and fulfilled. Governments are the duty bearers of rights. They have an obligation to fulfill them. All children have rights, and many of these rights are similar with those available for adults. But because children are more vulnerable and dependent, they don't have additional protection rights when compared to adults. If I ask, do children have the right to food? Yes. To play? Yes. To a name? Yes. To own fashionable clothes? No, that's a want. But having clothes is a right. To an education? Yes. To protect from violence? Yes. To have a mobile phone? No, that is want. To have a say in decision made about them? Yes. To have a pet? No. UNCRC has 54 articles altogether. 1 to 41 defines what are the rights of a child, and 41 to 54 defines the responsibility of the state to ensure these rights. For ease of understanding, rights defined in UNCRC have been broadly categorized into 4. First, survival rights, which includes the right to life, and most basic needs are required for existence, such as nutrition, shelter, access to medical services, etc. Second, development rights, which includes the right to education, play, access to information, freedom of thoughts and religion. Third, protection rights, which ensure children are safeguarded against all forms of abuse, neglect, and exploitation. Fourth, participation rights means children have the right to express their opinions, to have a say in matters affecting their own lives. Now let us understanding child abuse, child sexual abuse, and legal framework. What is a child sexual abuse? Any act using a child for sexual gratification by the more powerful person, or act of abuse may or may not include touch. Child abuse constitutes different forms: emotional, sexual, physical, and neglect. Physical abuse: actions, whether it is with a hand or using some other object, that inflict pain or injury. Actions include punching, stabbing, burning, shaking, hitting, slapping, twisting of the ears. Signs of the physical abuse can be seen on the child's body: wounds, bruises, burns, fractures, sore muscles. Emotional abuse. Emotional abuse has a negative influence on the child's self-worth or emotional development. Criticizing the child or comparing the child with other children. threatening the child, making comments on the child's appearance, gender, or caste and customs. Neglect, failure to meet the basic needs of the child. Neglect can be physical, leaving your child without parental supervision for hours at a time, not providing food, medicine, not getting your child the medical care that he or she needs. Educational, not educating your child or ignoring that your child has special education needs. Emotional, not providing emotional support. Neglect may have a connection with the gender of the child. Indicators for identification of victims of CSA. CSA means a child sexual abuse. Poor attendance in the class, unexpected behavior changes, regressive behavior such as bedwetting. When a right is taken away or violated, it is called child abuse. Abuse is simply explained as violation of rights, and when the victim is a child, it is recognized as a child abuse. Let us try and understand the various kinds of abuse, how we should recognize it, and what the legal framework for protection from abuse. The rights of children, which are guaranteed by law, policies, and programs in India. Rights to survival, to protection, to development and participation. Every time any of these rights of the child is violated, abuse occurs. For instance, let me give you an example. Every child below the age of 14 years is entitled to free and compulsory education, which is further ensured by the right of children to free and compulsory education, RT Act 2009. So, school is a place where the child spends many hours and many years. As teachers, we are the ones who spend most time with the children. It is important to know and understand the types of child abuse that children may face so that we can recognize abuse earlier. POCSO Act 2012. Now we are going to discuss silent features of it. POCSO Act 2012 is a comprehensive law to provide for the protection of children from the offense of sexual assaults, sexual harassment, and pornography, while safeguards their interest at every stage of the judicial process. This act adopts a child-friendly mechanism for reporting or recording of evidence, investigation, and speedy trial of offence through designated special courts. And silent features of the act are: POCSO is gender neutral. It applies to both girls and boys and lists all known sexual offences. It covers all persons below the age of 18 years. Act defines a sexual abuse of children for the first time and provides focus non-contact forms of sexual abuse apart from defining contact abuse. Mandatory reporting is to report a sexual offense to the near police station. It further provides that if a victim is a child in need of care and protection, police are to produce the child victim within 24 hours of a complaint being received before the Child Welfare Committee for Care and Rehabilitation. Let us discuss portfolio activity. What can you do to prevent child abuse, especially child sexual abuse in your school? Describe any 3 measures that you can take to prevent child sexual abuse. School and teachers can take following preventive measures. First, providing awareness to teaching and non-teaching staff and parents. Second, open discussion on gender, child sexual abuse, and self-defense. Third one, creating safe spaces for disclosure. Fourth one, Child protection policy is a must, including safe recruitment policy. Fifth one, doing regular safety audits of schools, including of staff. Sixth, complaint box in school for children to submit the written complaint about sexual abuse. Ways to respond the child who has been abused. First, tell the child you believe him or her. Praise the child courage in coming and telling you about it. Acknowledge the child's feeling, example of anger, shame, fear, sadness. Tell the child that it was not his fault. The adult was at fault. The adult is guilty of a crime, even if the child did not tell when the abuse first started. The child was not responsible for the abuse continuing. Tell the child that you would like to take the help of other adults like family members, institutions, staff members to help the child with the child's permission. Do not make false promises like, okay, I will send the abuser to jail, I will beat him, etc. Do not question or blame the child. Why did you not shout for the help? Why did you not tell me earlier? Why did you not fight? Remember, it is a child and the abuser is a person known to the child, trusted and loved by the child. Do not ask the child to forgive, forget or adjust. So friends, I hope this video will be helpful to you. If you like my video, then please press the like button, and I request those who have not subscribed my channel, please go for subscribing my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get my latest videos on your YouTube channel. And please keep sharing my videos. I thanks from the bottom of my heart those who have already subscribed my channel and sharing my videos. Last but not least, take care, be healthy and be happy. Thank you.